Straw, and he's Parker, and together we are the Battlehammer. Obviously, back to social isolation, board gaming. There is no spoon, I mean straw. So here we are doing this, playing Spirit Island, and this time we are using a different spirit who is called River Surges in Sunlight. Ooh, they've got wicked cool names. Hopefully you watched the last one where I went into much more description about what's going on. We're kind of going to go a bit quicker. I'm not really going to explain everything. I'll tell you what I'm doing as I do it, but I won't explain what the board is and everything else. If you want to find out more, you probably want to watch the first video in this series, which I will put a link to in the doobly-doo down below. So you can go straight to that one, watch that one first. That will tell you how to play the game a bit more. Whereas in this one I'm just kind of going to crack on. Just read the blurb. River surges in sunlight. On most of Spirit Island, the rivers run high during the rainy season, as one would expect. There is one exception. The lingering remains of an ancient curse keep a high ridge shrouded in ice, and when the sun beats down, it feeds a single river with abundant meltwater. River Surges in Sunlight is a spirit of rushing water, inundation, and bounty out of season. It gets along well with the Dahan, who farm along its banks. They reap the benefit of good harvests and tend to the health of the river in its drier times. Both gain. I put one presence on my starting board in the highest numbers wetlands, which is this one here. Playstyle, it just says, well, capable of some direct offence, River Surges in Sunlight is best at flooding out explorers and towns, displacing them from lands where they might build or ravage. And I can get free sacred sites, so my presence on wetlands actually counts as sacred sites, which is useful because only certain things I can only do within range of sacred sites. Just put our little tokeny tokens along here. This one, from a brief scan, definitely seems a little slower. Most of my cards seem to be slow powers rather than fast powers. And there's not a way to generate 3 energy in one go. You know, it's more about building yourself up slowly and then having a big cascade later on. So it may not be as effective in the early game. We shall see. I've drawn my first Invader card and put 2 explorers in the mountains here. And it's my go, so it's the spirit phase. Love this little phase order thing on the board, and that they give you little cheat sheet cards, which is great. I am using the River Surges in Sunlight pre-built deck rather than the standard upgrading where you draw 4 and keep 1 and whatnot, so we'll see how we go. So to begin at the beginning, it's my phase, it's growth, so I get to pick one of these. First section is reclaim all my cards, gain a power card and gain 1 energy. Well, I've got full cards, I haven't discarded any, that seems a bit silly. Add a presence within 1, add a presence within 1, that's possible. Or gain a power card and add a presence within 2. I think I'm going to do this middle one. Add a presence within 1, and add a presence within 1. So, that is... what do I want to do? So now I've got 2 energy a turn. I've got to place these first. I'm just wondering where. Let's place 1 there. And 1 there. We'll start spreading across the board. Bear in mind, don't forget this one counts as a sacred site. Now, I generate 2 energy a turn, so I'll generate 2 energy, and I can play up to 2 cards. So, I could do that. That's going to cost me 2 energy though. And then I could do that. Oh no, but then that's going to be... Now this is the problem. that I didn't have in the previous game. Because so many of my cards are slow rather than fast, that means the explorers are going to get to do stuff before I get to do stuff. So I might say, do 1 point of damage to this guy, but if he's there, he'll already build before I get to destroy him. So there's a bit more forethought and thinking, which makes me sad. That could do that. The boys are, as they say, back in town. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, let's... Also, bearing in mind I've got this, so I can push more things than I at first think. I do apologise for the quiet air. I really want to do that. And I think I want to do that as well. Okay, let's do this and see how we go. So, I'm going to spend these 2 cards. So I'm going to spend 2 cards. One costs me 2 energy, the other costs me 0 energy. They're both fast ones, which is quite good. I generate 1, 2 sun and 2 water and 1 leaf. That will allow me to use my innate power. Flash floods is 1 damage within range 1 of any of my things. If it's a coastal land, plus 1 damage. And because it's fast, that means I can kill this guy straight off. Blop. You know what? I'm actually going to kill this guy. Because I only needed 1 damage, even though it's not coastal, I needed 1 damage to kill that explorer. Then we have Boon of Vigour. If you target yourself, gain 1 energy. Doesn't cost anything, but gains me an energy for next turn. I'll just discard those now because I don't have any slow powers. Oh, sorry, I do have a slow power. I'm going to put a little reminder just there because that's going to allow me to push something later on. Okay, so that's my spirit phase. So then we've got the invader phase. Now we don't have a blighted island. I didn't generate any fear. There's no ravaging, but we do have a building. So on the mountains we're going to get a building. Nothing here because I killed that explorer. Here, however, we're going to get a little town. Not good. Going to have to get rid of that before ravaging happens. So that moves across, and then when they explore, what do they find? Oh, they're going to move into the wetlands. So we've got a little dude here and a little dude there. Then that's that. Then I get my slow one. Now I know they're going to ravage there. So I think I can push 1 dude or 1 town. I think I'm going to push this town because it's within one of my sacred sites, and don't forget that because this presence is on a wetlands, it counts as a sacred site. So I'm going to push this town into here, so I don't have to worry about that ravaging this space later in the turn. Okay, that's that done. End of the round, back to me. Now it's time for growth. let's do... Let's do this one. Gain 1 power card and add a presence within 2. So I'm going to gain my minor power, which is Uncanny Melting. If I cast it and there are invaders presence, I do a fear. If it's a sand or a water space, I remove a blight. That's really handy because, as you recall from the last game, blight didn't help me very much. And I get to add a presence, and I'm going to put it... this +1 energy one. I can put it within 2, so I'm going to put it over here because that way I've got stuff spread around the board and I should have range of most things. Then I gain 2 energy because my presence is in the 2 space. So I've got 3 energy right now. Now I get to spend some cards. I can use 2 cards. That's cool. That's also cool. But that is unfortunately slow. So let's go with Uncanny Melting and River's Bounty. Now they're both slow. I have to spend 1 energy for Uncanny Melting. And I'll just put little reminders there and there to tell me that they're slow cards so I can use them afterwards. And that gives me 2 water, 1 sun, which will allow me to use my innate power as well. So lots of stuff after they go. Blighted Island, Fear, no. Ravage, so Ravage in the mountains. Nothing here to ravage. This guy will do 1 point of damage, but 1 point of damage isn't enough to really do anything. You need to do 2 damage to actually cause blight and remove presence and all that kind of stuff. So that's actually fine. Waterways, they're going to build. So this guy's going to build a little towny town. And because there's already a city here, we're going to build a town. That moves across, and they're going to explore in the sand area. Okay, so we've got 1 explorer here with 2 Dahan, and 1 explorer here where there's blight. Oh dear. Well, they've gone now, so it's my slow thing. So now I have to kind of think a bit more about what I'm going to do, and that's kind of one of the cool things about the spirits. They've all got different, you know, some are much faster and act before they do, like you saw with the lightning one, and some of them act after they do, so I'm never quite sure what's going to happen. And also I have to be aware that they may well do some ravaging, which would be bad. So, within range 1 of my site, I can do a push. Now that might be really good to push this guy out here. Not going to be able to push these guys, annoyingly. Uncanny Melting will allow me to cause fear. So I'm going to do Uncanny Melting first. Range 1 of my, whatever this is called, my sacred space. Which that is. If invaders are present, generate a fear. That's nice. And if it's sand or water, I can remove a blight. So that's good. I'll get discarded. Then we've got River's Bounty. I can gather up to 2 Dahan. Now gather means rather than a push, I have to pick a space and then they go to there. Now I'm just going to double check a thing in the rules because I haven't done gathering before. I'm wondering if I can gather them all from different spaces, i.e. this Dahan and this Dahan, into this space here, or do I have to move them around? We shall find out, shall we? Gather, page 19. Aha, yes, I can gather from other places. Anything's to the land, to lands adjacent. So, what I can do, and I think I will do this, I'm going to use this space and bring these two Dahan into here. Because that will be handy. So this guy will go in here, whoop, and it will get away. So these bad guys, they'll do blight, but they won't kill these Dahan. This guy will move in as well. And now if there are at least 2 Dahan, add 1 Dahan, because they're reproducing. So now I've got 3 Dahan. And gain an energy. So that's nice. Now I've still got my massive flooding. Within range 1 of this space here, I can push 1 explorer or 1 town. Well, I know that they're going to ravage in the wetlands. So really I want to get rid of this town, I think. And they're going to build in the sands. I think I'm going to... I'm going to push this building into there, okay? And that way they won't ravage this space. They'll still ravage here, which is frustrating, but there's not a lot I can do about that. That's all my slow actions done. So, next turn. I've only got 1 card left, so I'm probably going to do this first one. Reclaim cards. Whoop. Gain 1 power card. Whoop. Gain 1 energy. Whoop. I can do 2 things. What 2 things can I do? That's really not as good as it could have been. Saslavai. Annoyingly, I do have Nature's Resilience, which is really good because it means you can defend areas. Defending would mean I'd put this little shield token down and then whoever's ravaging wouldn't do damage that turn. Unfortunately, the range is within 1 of a sacred site. My only sacred site is this one here. Therefore, I'm out of range, so I can't do Nature's Resilience on that, which is really sucky. Still, I could place it here. That'd be really handy. Or I could save it for next turn, which is probably better. I could push some stuff, but again, that's going to be slow, so they're going to get to act first. I think I probably want to do Flash Floods for 2. That means I can do some damage to these guys, get rid of that town, which is, you know, something at least. I think I'm going to do... Decisions. I'd like to do that fast, but I can't. Okay, we're going to play Wash Away. Sorry I'm being a bit quieter, it's just that I'm having to think about the cards a bit more than I previously did, annoyingly. I've got 2 blue and 1 yellow elements, so that means I can do my innate flooding. Wash Away is a slow thing, so I can do that at the end of the invader phase, but Flash Floods is fast. 1 damage, or extra damage if it's coastal. So I am actually going to do 2, because that's within range 1 of one of my presents. So I'm going to do 2 damage, which is going to destroy that town, because that gives me fear. And as we recall from the last game, fear is good when it is pushed into the hearts of these evil explorers. So, flash floods, done. Wash away will happen afterwards, so will massive flooding. So, ravaging in the wetlands. Now, we've got one wetland here. He'll do 1 point of damage, but 1 point of damage is not enough to cause blight. So, therefore, it doesn't get rid of my presence. However, here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage. That would kill some Dahan, but there's no Dahan there, but it will cause blight. Boo. But I've got a card that can remove blight, so it may well be less worrying at the moment. We don't know. So that's ravaging. Then they build in the sandy areas. So we get a little towny town here, and we get a little towny town here. Then they're going to build, they're going to explore in the waterways. And then it's my slow things. So now I can do some pushing. I've got pushing up to 3 dudes or towns, and pushing up to 1 dude or town. That's within 1 of any of my presence, and this is within 1 of my sacred site. Now I know they're going to ravage in the sands, so I think I want to get rid of them in the sands. If I move this over to here, this guy will get killed when he ravages, so that's really nice. So I'm going to use massive flooding to push 1 dude or town. So I'm going to push that town into there. Now I've got wash away. I can push up to 3 dudes or towns. So I think I'm going to push these 2 towns into here for now, because I know I do more damage on the coast, and also he won't get to do any ravaging. So that's that. End of the round, start of my new round. Now I get to growth. I'm actually going to do that's cool, so I don't have to worry about ravaging for this turn. I think I want to do that. Yeah, so I'm going to do add a presence, both within 1 of my presences. So I'm going to take them both off of this bottom space, because that will allow me to play 3 cards, which is nice. I will place 1. The building not going to ravage there yet. Ooh, decisions. I'm going to place 1 on here to make this a sacred site. Seeing as it's by the sea, that makes sense, right? And then I'll place 1 here, because that makes that a sacred site as well, because it's by the sea. Because it's a wetland. Now I can do up to 3 cards. Again, 2 energy, which is good. 1 and or 2. Don't need to worry about that until next turn. So I might as well play all 3 of these. Yes. That's good. Yeah, so we'll play all 3 of these. We'll play Boon of Vigour. Costs me nothing. It's a fast one. If you target yourself, gain 1 energy. Nice. Then, I need to keep that here, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But we've done it, so we'll turn it upside down. Then we've got Uncanny Melting, which costs me an energy, and River's Bounty, which costs me no energy, but they're both slow, so they'll happen afterwards. I'll leave those one face up and this one face down because I've got 1, 2, 3 suns and 1, 2, 3 water. That means I'm doing this next level down of my innate powers. Instead, I can do 2 damage, which is really good because I can destroy a town. So I'll put this thing down here to remind me. Put the little arrow so it points at my second one down. And then I can discard that. And I know that I'm going to get those to do in my next action, sort of the after action as it were. Spent my energy. So, we have got some ravaging going on. Now, this guy will ravage, but because he didn't do 2 damage, there's no blight done. This guy will do 1 point of damage to the Dahan, and then I'll do 4 damage to him and kill him. Ha 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 ha. Then we build in the wetlands. So, because we don't have a town there, we'll get a town. And because we don't have a town there, we'll have a town. And exploring is going to go on in the mountains. One exploring. 2 exploring. Now I get to do my slow stuff, so this is cool. So, let's start with Uncanny Melting. That has to be within 1 of a sacred site. Now this is a sacred site, but also so is that. If invaders are present, 1 fear. Excellent. If the target land is a sand or waterway, you can remove a blight. So that blight that appeared from earlier on, I've healed. Woohoo! That can go away. Then I can do River's Bounty within range 0. We'll do it here. I'm going to gather 2 Dahan in. Bloop. Generates another Dahan and gets me energy for later on, which is good. And lastly here we have got range 1 of one of my standing stones. I can do 2 damage and push up to 3 dudes. So do I want to get rid of this? I think I do. I think I do. Yes. Yes. Yes, get rid of that one. So because I've destroyed a town, that fills up my fear thing, so I get a fear card for next turn, which is nice. Ooh, cool. Right. Back to my go. Well, I've only got 1 card left, so it's going to be these reclaim cards. So reclaim cards, gain a power card, and gain an energy. So, everything's coming up Millhouse. There's a lot of explorers on the board, but I think I should be able to do stuff because I can move people around, which is really handy. And hopefully do some nice damages. So we've got ravaging in the waterways. Well, we don't want that to happen, do we? No, we don't. So probably want to play that. Probably want to play that. That leaves me 1 card left. Oof. Definitely want to play water things. This is hard because I've got so many cards. I can only use them in such a way. Definitely want to defend, so I definitely want to use that. Because that means I can defend against ravaging, which would be really handy here where it's doing 3, 4, 5 damage. Or I could defend here and save these to harm. Let me just double check defending. I think the Dahan would still get to attack back. Yeah. Wouldn't do any damage, and the Dahan would get to attack back and kill those guys. That'd be really cool. Oops, nearly. So probably want to put it there because I've got that there. Yes. And then I'm going to want to play Flash Floods as well. That's going to cost me 2, so 1, 2, 3 energy spent. Now it's going to be a slow thing. And I'm going to want at least one of those. That one, that one. I'm going to get Blight. So I might do that. Or that. Damage. That's good, extra damage, yes. Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth, which is the new card I just got. So we've got 2 fast cards. We've got Defend 6. I'm going to put this little shield on this Dahan, my original kind of place where the Dahan were. So they're going to defend against 6 points of damage. I'm going to take him forward so they'll be fine. Then we've got Flash Floods. And if the land is coastal, I get +1 damage. So I could kill these 2 dudes, so then they won't build. That would be cool. Or I could destroy one of these buildings. I don't need to worry too much about destroying a building. I'm going to kill these 2 dudes, you know. Yeah. So I get 2 damage on a coast and destroy these guys because then they won't build. Pew pew. So both those fast ones happened. I do get my innate flooding, but unfortunately I don't get the second level because I've only got 2 blue and 1 yellow. So I only get the first slot, which allows me to push. But that's still, you know, better than nothing. And I've got Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth ready to come in next at the slow phase. So we have boop boop boop. Oh, that's nice. Blah blah blah. Blighted Island we don't have to worry about. Fear. Now we're in level 1, so each town destroys 1 explorer dude in its land. So this town will destroy this explorer. This town will destroy this explorer. It's only towns, not cities, so this guy won't destroy this. But killed a couple of explorer dudes for me, so that's handy, so that gets discarded. Ravaging. Ravaging happens in the waterways. Unfortunately, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, so that will remove my presence there, which is really irritating, and put a blight down. We want to get rid of this city, but it's 3 damage. I don't have anything that does 3 damage. This place would get ravaged, but I've got defences up, and then the Dahan will attack back for 2, 4, 6 points of damage, destroying this town and an explorer. Ruenge. Because I did a town, I get a fear. That's the ravaging. Then we have building in the mountains. I've got a nothing here. Unfortunately in 6 we've got a town. So just want to double check, remind myself, building, having a town or city. I think I had a city because I've got a town. If it has more towns than cities, add a city. Well, there are more towns than cities because there's that. That's going to be really annoying to get rid of. Should have thought about that. Ah well. And then exploring on coastal lands. How very dare you? So this guy goes here. Got another guy going in here. And a rando coming in here. That's irritating. Still. I can probably do that. That's something. And building coastal lands. Oh, that's going to be awful. Okay. So let's do pull beneath the hungry earth. Target land has your thingy. It's 1 fear and 1 damage. And if it's a sand or waterway, do an extra damage. So I can do 2 damage. It's kind of annoying. Building coastal lands. I'm going to put it here and do 1 damage to this guy and send him away and generate a point of fear. Unfortunately, it's not a sand or a wetland, so I don't get the extra point of damage, which is kind of irritating. And then I've got my innate flooding. I can push 1 dude or a little town. Where do I want to push people around to? Well, they're going to ravage in the mountains, so I want to get rid of those. And they're going to build in coastal lands, so I want to get rid of those as well. That space is alright. That's going to ravage. Oh, decisions. What cards have I got left? Have I got anything to do damage with? I'm going to have to reclaim. Could put out some presents, that would be good. I could reclaim 1, which would be nice. Okay. Oof. I think I'm going to put 2 presents down for my growth. Oh no, I'm doing a pushing. Sorry, I'm thinking ahead, which is unlike me, I know. If I push him into there for now, or that into there, yes, that. So I'm going to push this guy into there, because coastal lands are going to get built on. Hopefully I can destroy that. And then that's going to ravage, and that's bad, but okay. Okay, so that's that. Then it's that was the time passes, so the defense goes away. Now, let me just double check a thing in the rulebook, because if I use this point of presence, I can reclaim 1 of my things, and that means I don't know if I get to pick. I assume I get to pick my card because of powers. Reclaim. Page 14. Yeah, it just says reclaim, so I assume that I can take which one I want. So I'm going to. unless you know in the comments down below, FAQ or whatever. For my growth, I'm going to add a presence, so I'll add one presence, add another presence. Both have to be within one of my things, so let's put one here and one there. Okay, so I get 3 energy, a big fat 3. Bloop. I draw 3. No, I can play 3 cards, but I can reclaim 1. I definitely want one that does damage. So that does 2. That's good, and that's fast. So I'll have that. Okay, so it's my go. Well, definitely want to do that. And I would like also gives me energy, but that's not a big deal at the moment. That could be better. Yeah. That costs me 1, that leaves me 1 energy left. And we'll play that one that costs nothing. So it costs me 3 energy. And I've got 3 suns, and more importantly 3 water, which means I'm doing this bottom one here, which is much better because it does damage and I can destroy towns, which is super good. Right, so this one's fast, so we'll do that straight away. 1 damage plus 1 damage if it's a coastal. So we'll destroy this town for 2 damage. And that gives me a point of fear. Woo! Yeah, you like fear. I'll just get rid of that because I've already spent my elements. Then we've got these guys, they're both slow, so I'll have to wait. Boo. And they'll go after the invader phase. So the invader phase, blighted land, no. Fear, no. Ravage. Ravaging in the mountains. This will do 1, 2, 3, 5 damage, which is enough to do a blight. Boo. And then we're building in the coastal lands. Nothing here. This guy will build a little town. Little town. Oops. Full of little people. And because I've got more cities than towns, we're going to build a town. Okay. And then where are they going to explore more of the bastards? Turning up there and there in the sand areas. Now I've got my 3 slow things to do. So uncanny melting we will do on this space here, because it's within one of my sacred sites. If invaders are present, generate a fear. Woohoo! Target land is sand or wetland, remove a blight. That's handy, Harry. Stick that in the oven. Then we will do innate power, we'll do this one. Massive flooding, 2 damage, and within one of a sacred site, so we'll get rid of this town. That's going to give me another point of fear. Excellent. And when he ravages, he's going to get killed by the Dahan. Winner, winner, dinner of chicken. That's done. Then we've got River's Bounty. Gather up to 2 Dahan. If there are at least 2 there, do that. So these guys, I need to leave one here. I don't need to leave one here. So I'm going to activate it on this space. We're going to get 2 into there. Oh, sorry, 1 into there, another 1 into there. It's going to generate another one. And get me an energy for the next turn. Not bad. Not a bad turn, you know. Not amazeballs, but not awful either. Now I've only got 2 cards. Probably going to want to reclaim my cards. I can get 1 back. Yes. Reclaim my cards. Gain a power card. Now I've gained my first major power, which is Accelerated Rot. Ooh, that's nice. That is very nice. That's very nice indeed, in fact. But it is 4 energy. But I have to, because it's a major power, I have to forget one of my old powers. So do I forget that? What to forget? I think I'm going to forget Wash Away. Probably really the most useful thing, but you know, we want to do some stuff, right? And gain an energy, and also I gained 3 energy for that. Awesome, mucks awesome. I would reclaim 1. I can reclaim 1 at any point in my turn, actually, in my spirit phase, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't discuss. So yeah. So that's my go, and I can play up to 3 of my glorious cards. Well, we've got to do Accelerated Rot, haven't we? I mean, come on, it's my new major power. Why the toffee fudge not? That does give me one of those and one of those, that's nice. Want another thingy and another thingy. Boop. We'll do Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth as well. And I would like to play one with a sun and a... Oh, that means I won't be defending. But, you know what? Fine. Blight, I can get rid of it again. That's cool. Could do that. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've only got 1 energy. So maybe I'll just do that to gain energy. I could defend. No, I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm going to do Boon of Vigour, which is 0 cost, and it gains me an energy. So, we'll do this fast one. Gain 1 energy. Excellent. We'll pay 4 for Accelerated Rot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 for Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth. Leaving me 2 energy left. This one's fast, so that's happened already. But I've got 2 yellow and 3 blue elements, which will get me my 2nd level of Innate Flooding, which is good. Accelerated Rot and Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth will both happen afterwards, because they're slow. So, Blighted Land, don't have to worry about that. Fear! Fear me! Defend 3 in all coastal lands. Not bad, but not massively useful in this state, because these will, even with 3, that will still do enough to do a Blight. There's nothing here to worry about, and this guy will only do 1, which isn't enough to do a Blight or kill that Dahan. But, you know, better than nothing. Ravage. So, Ravage in the coastal lands, nothing here in this one. Whole bunch of stuff in there. So, more Blight. Fortunately, I'm healing the Blight as quickly as they're putting it down. Then, in this bottom one, he does 1 point of damage to the Dahan, so I turn that over, and then the Dahan jump out of their huts and stab him through the heart, killing him. So that's that. Then we get some building on the sand areas, which I forgot about. So we've got a little town over here, and a little town, oh no, it's a city. Oh no, we don't like cities. They're not good. But we might be okay, actually. Let me just double check. When you destroy a city, do you get 1 or 2 fear? Because if you destroy a town, you get a point of fear. But I don't know what happens when you destroy a city. 2 fear. Whew, even better. Okay, so that was the building. Then we've got the exploring. Oh god, they're going to explore in sand and mountains. So, oops, 1 sand, 2 sand, 1 mountain, 2 mountains. Ugh, boo on them. Okay, well fortunately I've got a lot of stuff on the board, but I haven't got a massive amount of blight yet. I can't remember what happens if I run out of cards. I'll have to check. Probably lose the game. Okay, so then it's my slow stuff. So I've got this one, and I've got Accelerated Rot and Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth. That could be really good. Oh no, I can't do it there! Oh no! Do that though. Can move things around. Because I can only do Accelerated Rot in a jungle or waterway. So we could do it there. Can't destroy this city annoyingly. Or I could destroy both of these towns, which would be good. So I think I might do that actually. Yeah. Okay, right, so I'm going to use Accelerated Rot, range of 2, that's easily within. Target land, jungle or waterway, do this jungle because the jungle is quite large. Whoop whoop, jungle is massive. I do 2 fear, 1, 2, and 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kill both of those towns, which gives me another 2 fear. 1, 2, that gives me another fear card. And now we're into terror level 2. All I have to do is kill all the cities and all the towns. Yeesh. That's done. Then I can do Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth. I can't do it there. Oh no! I'll have to do it here. If it has my doobly-doo, I do 1 fear and 1 point of damage. And if it's a sand or wetland, I do another point of damage. Going to kill that town. Give me more fear. Fear me! So that's going to go away. That's going to go away. And then I can do my massive flooding. I'm going to ravage in the sand areas. So I think I'm going to do this. Because that's within range 1 of my Sacred Site. And we'll kill that town. Woot, woot, which gives me another fear, which gives me another fear card. Oh, that goes over there. Oh, there we go. Whew, end of the round. Time passes. Okay, right, I've got some cards to spend. I need to put out presents and gain power and all the other stuff I need to do. So many things. Well, I definitely want to do that. Oh, no, I've got to grow first, haven't I? So I can put presents down. Should give me more power. If we claim my cards, gain a power card, gain energy. Kind of not that bothered. I'm going to put... I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a present and put a present. So I'm going to take these 2 4s here. Take one from there and one from there. And I will place one, turning this into a sacred site, seeing as everything's rotted. Obviously there's going to be vines growing through all these old buildings and stuff like that, and people are going to know that nature truly rules these lands. And we'll place one there. Now I can play 4 cards. I can reclaim one as well. So, do I need any of these? Don't know, I'll look at those there actually. Well, I'm definitely going to want to play that defensive one. Probably against these Dahan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when they ravage it, they'll kill everything there. That'll be really nice. Yeah. Let's do that. Then I can play that for no energy. And then play that for when they ravage. And I've got 4 cards to spend. I can pick one up. Ooh. Decisions, decisions. That's super good. That is super good. Do. I think we're going to have a good turn here, and then I'll play River's Bounty because it costs me nothing. Oh no, I need to generate energy, right? Oh, did I spend it? No, I didn't generate it yet, so I've got 4 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm spending 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll spend it. Oh, that's handy. I can play 4 cards. I could reclaim one, but I'm going to have to reclaim them all next turn anyway, so I'm not that bothered. So, what's fast? We've got 2 fast ones and a bunch of slow ones. So that's slow, and because I'm doing 1, 2, 3 suns, 1, 2, 3, oh! Doof! I thought I could do that massive innate flooding, but I can't. Sad face. Ah well. I'll have to do the middle one then. Okay, so the first one would do flash floods. 1 damage if it's coastal, plus 1 damage. So I'll do 1 damage to destroy this town, or 2 damage to destroy that town. Gets me a point of fear. Uncanny melting. Oh, that's slow. Oh no. I done ballsed up. Okay, well, nature's resilience. They're both fast, that's fine. Don't worry about those 2. Nature's resilience will put a defence on there, so that way we'll defend the Dahan. We'll create moats and stuff around the Dahan huts, so when the attackers try and come in, they get pulled down into swamps and stuff, and then Dahan can stab them in the necks, because cool, right? And then these 2 are slow. And that's me. Done. Blighted Island we don't have to worry about. Fear, we'll do a couple of fear cards. So the first one, now we're on level 2. Each player may push up to 3 things from an inland land. Huh. Well, I know ravaging's going to happen there. So why don't I just move stuff out of the sand areas? I don't have to worry about this one. So if I move these guys out, whoop, that's cool. Yeah, nice. And then the other fear card is invaders do not build in lands where Dahan outnumber towns or cities. I don't think I have to worry too much about that anyway. Oh yeah, because he won't build now. That's cool. And they'll all be dead. Awesome, awesome. Don't forget that. Ravaging. So we're ravaging the sands. Nothing happens in this sand. In this sand, nothing happens because I've got a defense of 6. And I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of damage, so I don't take any damage. Then the Dahan attack back, and they do 2, 4, 6 damage. So it's 1, 2, 3 for a city. Generates me 2 fear. And 3 dudes. Yes, my wonderful native peoples! Murder everything in your path! Woot woot! Or, you know, something like that. So that was the ravaging. Then we build, unfortunately, in the sand and the mountains. So no building here, no building here. This guy would build, but we've got to avoid the Dahan fear card up, so he doesn't build. This place does build, unfortunately, and because there's not more towns than cities, we put a town. Oh, you know what? Oof. It's alright, isn't it? And then we get some exploring. Oh, gold. Mountainous and waterways. So, a dude, a dude, a dude and a dude. Now I've got my slow powers. Okay. Where are we ravaging there next turn? Oh, I could do that. Let's do that. Well, to begin with, we'll do Uncanny Melting. If invaders are present, I'm going to do it on this space here, so within range 1 of my Sacred Site. If invaders are present, generate a fear, which gives me another fear card. If it's a sand or wetland, I can remove a blight. Excellent, that's good. Put that back there. Then, River's Bounty. Gather. Oh, gather. Oh, so I can only draw things into where I've already got spaces. That's a bit less useful. Well, let's gather 2 Dahan huts. If there are now at least 2, add 1. All Dahan, all the time. And gain an energy, which is handy. And my last slow thing is this. I can do 2 damage within range 1 of a thing. I mean, it's got to be a town to generate fear, right? So we'll do 2 points of damage, destroy a town, do some more fear. Yeah! Run away! Time passes. The defense goes away. That's been done. These have all been done. Oof. End of the round. My go again. Growth. Well, I'm going to have to reclaim cards. I've only got 2 left. Gain a power card, which is Song of Sanctity. Oh, I can push dudes. Stuff like that. That's good. And to gain an energy. Then I gain 4 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is good. And I could reclaim a card, but whatever. Oh, so I've got a whole big old thing of stuff, and I want to kill some people. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's potentially useful. That is potentially very useful. So we're probably going to play that defensive one, which is called Nature's Resilience. So we'll play that. That's going to cost me 1 energy. So I can use 4 cards, that's cool. I play that, I can't access my thing. Ah well. So damage is always good. Sorry about this, guys. I'm thinking and it's confusing my tiny brain. Let's do accelerated rot, because that's good. A whole bunch of damage. Got 2 more cards to use, and I really want another 2 and 3. Do I want more of those? Probably. Why not, right? River's Bounty, which doesn't cost anything, so we'll get some Dahan up. And we'll do Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth for 1 as well. Get the engine going, as it were, misses. Okay, so we'll spend all that energy. Sorry about the thinking time. Trying to work everything out. So we've got 1 fast one. And I've got 1, 2, 3 water and 2 sun energies. So I will do the middle one of those, which is 2 damage, which is nice actually. Good. I like them a lot. So we'll start Nature's Resilience within 1 of a sacred site. So that will be this space here. So we'll put a big defense 6. Yes! That's good. And the other 3 are slow, so we'll worry about them later. So, straight up to them now. Blighted Island we don't have to worry about. Fear. Gah! Each player removes 1 dude or town from an inland land. Well, let's remove a town. Bloop. Generate a point of fear. Let me just double check removing rather than destroying, see if that makes a difference. Removing invaders does not cause fear. So we'll put that town back, because it might be worth me getting rid of just some random dudes. From an inland land. So it's either there or there. Do I have any plans for that? No, let's get rid of these guys. Here we go. So that was the fear. Then we've got ravaging. So sand, we don't have to worry about either of these sand spaces, which is awesome. Mountains. Now, these 2 dudes will kill one of the Dahan. No, but their brethren will gain revenge and murder them. Blah! And these guys would do damage to the space, but I've got defend 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 point of damage isn't enough to do blight or anything like that. So actually, I'm safe there. That's good. Whew. Then we do some building in the mountains and the waterways. Now this mountain can't build. This mountain can build. There's not more towns than cities, so I put a town. This place, put a town. Those Dahan won't be very happy with them. And this place will put a town as well. Ugh. And then where do we explore? We've got a couple more turns left. Jungle and waterways. So jungle, jungle, and waterways and waterways. Now it's my slow powers. Aha, so. Decisions. I've got to do accelerated rot, right? 2 things and 4 damage. So we're going to do it on this space here. We will do 2, because I can only target jungles or waterways. So we'll do 2 fear, 1, 2, and 4 damage. So I'm going to destroy this town, this city, 1, 2, 3, and 1 point of damage to this guy here. And because I destroyed a city, that's 2 fear. So 1 fear gets me a fear card, and another fear. And all I need to do now is destroy all the cities to win. So if I can just destroy that city, I'll have won the game! Oh! So that's done. That's done as well. Let's use river... Oh, I can't do that there. I thought I could do that there. But I can't. Because I don't have a thingy in this space, so I can't draw people to it. Oof. And I can't do... Oh, bah. Okay, well we'll do Beneath the Hungry Earth. Oh, that goes over to there. If it has your thing, do 1 fear and 1 damage. If it's wetlands, then do extra damage. So I'll do 2 damage to destroy that. I gain a fear from the card and a fear from the killing of the town. That goes away. And then I can... Oh, I've still got that to destroy. I don't want to destroy that town for an extra point of fear. I think I do. And then just pile into that. So we'll do massive flooding to destroy this town. Gets me another fear card. Woohoo! And then we will do... Oh, where do I put them? Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah, so I'm going to bring River's Bounty, gather up to 2 Dahan. They're going to go into there. 1, 2. If there are 2, add 1 and gain an energy. Nelly the elephant. Right. End of the round. Time passes, so my defence goes. Now it's my go again. Oh. What do you think, guys? Do I want to be able to play 5 cards? Of course I do. Do I want to see what this major power is? Of course I do. Oh, yeah, let's do it. So, I am going to do this last one here, gain a power card and add a present. So I'm going to gain a power card, which is Tsunami, which is 6 power. It's amazing! But you can only do it on coastal lands. I mean, yeah. Okay. Boo. Just got rid of that lot. I should have got rid of that lot and then done that. Oh well. And I had a presence as well. We're going to use this one here. And we're going to pop it on here. Okay. Then I gain 4 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can reclaim a card. And I know what card I'm going to reclaim. I'm going to reclaim the defense one, so I can defend that place again. Now, oh, that's only coastal. That's so annoying. Right, something, stuff, and things. Well, definitely playing Nature's Resilience. That costs me 1. That gives me a mountain. Then all I need is 4 blues and 2 yellows to do a whole bunch of stuff. Which I think I might be able to do. I think we can do some stuff. Okay, so we'll do Boon of Vigour. Target yourself, gain an energy, so it doesn't cost me anything. Uncanny Melting, and we're just going to play them all, and then I'll worry about what I'm going to do with them later. So, Uncanny Melting costs 1, Summer Sanctity costs 1, Flash Floods costs 2, so I'll trade that 3 in for 1, 2, 3 little ones. Okay, so they're all spent. Sorry, I'm trying to show you the cards as I'm playing them, but I don't have a huge amount of space. Then, what am I doing? Then I get a point of energy for Boon of Vigour. I defend 6 with Nature's Resilience, and that can go there. Flash Floods is 1 damage, or +1 if it's a coastal land. And we will do 1 point of damage to the city, which I will explain in a moment. Energy can go there. And then because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 water, 1, 2, 3 suns, and 1 mountain, that means I get the mighty power of massive flooding, the maximum powerage, which is 2 damage to each invader, which if you're playing at home, you may well know why I did what I did. So they are used, and I've still got these to go because of slowness. Right, Blighted Island, don't have to worry about that. Fear, here we go. Fear's good. And we're in 3 now as well. Each player chooses a different land with Dahan. 2 damage for each Dahan there. That's amazing. I'm going to pick this one. But they get killed by the locals. Excellent, a Dahan raid. Then we've got Dahan on their guard. In each land, defend 2 per Dahan. That's cool. I mean, this is already defending 6, so that's now defending still 6. And there's no more real ravaging going. There's no Dahan there to worry about, so, you know, but a cool card nonetheless. Then we have building. So they will build in the jungle, which is quite large. And in the jungle down here, and in the waterways, and they won't build here because there's none of them there. Excellent. And then they explore in the mountains and the jungle. Jungle, mountains, mountains, jungle. They would have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I defended 6, that's 3 through, so unfortunately do take a cascading blight. I don't want to take that anywhere. It's really annoying. I'm going to take it here because I can remove it from water areas, so that's good. Okay, then it's my go. Sorry, it's my slow stuff. Let's start with the big one. We'll do my massive flooding. Within one of any sacred site. There are sacred sites here and here. So 2 damage to each invader. So we'll do it on this space. 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage kills a town, 2 damage kills another town, 2 damage kills a dude. This city only had 2 damage left. Haha, 2 more fair. Yes! Annihilation across the nation. Annihilation, that's what you need. That's done. Oh, good times. Still got that in my hand. Then, oof. Where are they? Ravaging. Ravaging there. Boop, boop, boop. Oh no, I did that because that was, yes, because that was a fast one. Then we will do Uncanny Melting. We'll do it on this space. It won't generate any fear, but it will get rid of Blight, and that's good. Then we've got Song of Sanctity. I can push all the dudes or remove a blight. And I can do it on mountains, and there's no dudes in there. So I'm going to get rid of that blight. Just tidy up my island a little bit. Make it all clean and tidy. And, before I even realise, I've won the game! Because the Tower Levels 3 Victory Condition is get rid of all the cities. And I just did that because that was the last city. All the other invaders go, oh no, it sucks to be here, let's leave. Wow, we don't like it. Woohoo! Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yay. Oh. And I had 1 card left to draw. That was close. Wow. And that, I think, is real highlight of the difference between this guy, River Surges and Sunlight, compared to the Lightning dude. Because you could do a lot of stuff, but you weren't really improving. Whereas with this, I really felt like I was building up, generating cards, getting presents out on the board. Good times. Spirit Island 1, Parky 1. Awesome. Hooray. I like that. And that, again, I mean, I haven't played this game a lot. I've only played it 3 or 4 times now. But I really like how you've got such a asymmetrical nature of the different spirits. You know, they all get different powers. And yes, I'm using powers in the kind of power correction card. They give you little cards for the 4 kind of starter spirits. Who are a little bit easier. And normally you draw from a deck of cards, draw 4, keep 1. So maybe you'd be getting different things from game to game, which is cool, you know. I really like that. A bunch of Dahan running around. Managed to get rid of all my blight. Yeah. Whew. I'm shattered. Well, if you want to help out, you can. There's stuff in the doobly-doo down below. I hope everything was alright to look at. Really should make a point of having a space for cards so that you can see all the cards laid out, but we'll rejigging things. You live and learn. You live and or learn. You can help us out in the doobly-doo, like I say, which is a Patreon link, affiliate links as well, Amazon wishlist, all that kind of stuff. Obviously expect to see more solo gaming from Straw doing miniature stuff and from me doing board games. Yeah. Oh, I'm buzzing. That's the second. I played a different game today online with some friends and I won that as well. Next, we will have Vital Strength of the Earth. Ooh. Okay. Well, thanks very much. Number one thing, don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it, want to subscribe. If you don't like it, don't want to subscribe. You don't have to like and subscribe, but we would like it if you liked and subscribed. And until next time, stay hammered. Doop 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 doop.